G'day guys, how's it going? So, back at it again, just fixing more rust. It's never ending on this thing, but I'll give you guys a bit of a progress report and then we'll get into what we're doing today, I suppose. Alrighty, so far we've fixed all this corner up in here. I've just got the rubber in there because I wanted to make sure I got this seam along here organised. Fixed all the mess in here where someone had just done a patch repair before and they just welded a plate of metal over top of the rust and then dented it in and covered it with bog. Apparently that was a good enough fix. This is the bit of rust we'll be fixing today, so it comes through onto this side, but here's where the real culprit is. And yeah, so we're going to be putting, or at least making, a full panel for that. Next up, we've also fixed up this section here. This was all rotted out right through, and got to make some more of the drip rail. We've fixed this section of the floor where your rear seat bolt is, bolt the bolt for your rear mount. New floor pan in, still got to grind that down and shape it up. Got a bit of rust on that side and a crack here on the same as on this side. And then when we come around here, this has all been fixed and repaired. We've got our front cleaned up a little bit. All that firewall's been repaired. This side's pretty well done, so it's got a coat, it's just engine enamel. This is the same sort of rust. Got to fix it. Comes in through here. Got a tiny bit here. And then all this has been fixed. This door's been fixed. It had a huge dent down here. I didn't get it quite perfect. If you can see it about here. Yeah, there's still a tiny bit there, but I just didn't want to use too much body filler. And all down here has been replaced, and all along this sill here is all fresh metal. Alrighty guys, so I've already skipped ahead a little bit and cut a rough shape out. So now it's just a matter of flattening it out and getting the shapes we need to get into it. So yeah, this will be we're gonna have the curve coming up here, and we'll have a little rib down there. So let's get into it. Alright guys, so I just thought I'd give a bit of a voiceover here. So here you can see that I'm using a bit of pipe. I'm just using that so that way I can get that bit of a curve started, and that curve's for the rib that's in the floor pan, and that's what that does is it gives you a bit of extra strength so that way when you stand on it or put any weight on it, it doesn't flex all over the place. I finally know why I can't look further. I finally know why the tones speak louder. Alrighty guys, so we've got our test pan, well, our replacement panel made. So this is it here. So we've got our new rib bent into shape. Got to cut a hole out here yet, but I'll wait for that shortly. Got our bend up here, our next bend that then fades away, and then we've got our next rib here, which is the end of the rib. And as you can see, when she sits in place, that'll fit in quite nicely. Beautiful. Alrighty, so now that we got that panel made, so it's here, what we'll move on to is start working on the outside. So we'll start making a replacement panel for here first, because this piece is overlaid over top, and then we've got to make a new piece that goes in here. It's just a triangle basically, but it might even come up alright after we clean off all that seam sealer, and then we might even start trying to make this piece here too. So let's get it done.
There is a secret that won't be mine. They never talk until the end of time. Make me feel at least like a monster. Make me feel at least like a fire. It seems I can find a place to go. There's a world of things I never knew. 'Cause everywhere I go, there's nowhere I belong. And anyone should tell me where will I find. 'Cause everywhere I go, I'm always on my own. Can anyone just catch me before I drown? Can anybody make me feel like I'm not the stranger tonight? Hey, hey, why should I run away? Hey, hey, I always felt this way. Hey, hey, I can't run away. Hey, hey, I'm not the stranger tonight.
Alrighty guys, so it's a new morning here. Got a bit of some cloudy drizzly weather. Just going to get back into doing a few things on this ute, making a few more panels, and we'll see how we go. We might even get into some welding today, put some of those panels in. Alrighty, so these are the panels we made yesterday. These are our main ones. I just needed this bit here. This is all going to get cut off, but this curve here is what we made yesterday. And then we got in this panel here. So we've got a little rib in here, a few bends in here for where the tank goes, the tank recess, and then we've got a nice rib running all the way down there, which just gives you that bit of strength like I was saying before. Alrighty, well, let's get into making some more panels maybe, and we'll see how we go. So we've just made this little bit here. It's not too much, but it's a little cap just so we can actually fix all that. Made this piece, it's got a few little bends, replaced all that dead metal there. Made this bit too. That'll replace this section here and join up to our new fresh bit there. Next up we'll probably jump in here, I'm thinking. And what we might try and do instead, I know I said something else before, but we might now try and get this whole 4-pan done. So there's not too much left. We just make a little couple little repair panels for it, and then we'll have an entirely completed floor pan. We've got a few of these panels made, like I was saying, so they're all made. What I think we might do now is we'll make this panel here, because chucking a bunch of fiberglass and bloody silicon or whatever the bloody hell they used is just not good enough. So we're gonna get all this new panel made. It's pretty easy, she's pretty well flat, just got a slight little curve in it, a few little bends and a hole for our mount, so that way our body mount is actually attached. So we'll fix all that up, make a new panel for there, and that should be good. We'll try and get all these panels made, all the floor pan made, so that's the whole thing fixed, and then we'll start welding it all in. Okay, so we've got all these panels here finished up, so that's all this side's panels done. And now we've got our new piece for here made. We've got our center hole for our bolt drilled, and then we just got to take out that circle there that I've marked. Got our new shape in here to replace that. The new piece in here just has a tiny little bit of a rise in him. And then that's this floor done. I'll clean up all the surface rust, treat it, and that'll be, once I weld in all these panels of course, prime it, and that'll be it, good to go. Alrighty guys, so we might leave it at that for this episode. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, comment and subscribe. We finally got all the repair panels done for the floor pan, so we'll get them welded in on the next episode, and that should be it all done. Have a good one guys.